Design a Moore machine to detect the sequence 110.
Now, if you don't know what a Moore machine is, I made another video, go watch it and then come back here. The first question you should ask yourself is, how many states do I need? So let's start by a state as 0, and the output right here is going to be 0. Now, why is the output here 0? I will call this is the start state. You do an arrow and write start to indicate the start state. And this right here is basically the start state. We didn't input anything. This 0 represents an output, and this output is only 1 when you detect this sequence. Only when I press. If I had a keyboard with 1 and 0, only if I press 1, 1, 0, will I get the output 1. Otherwise, we don't have the output 1. We have the output 0. Just a fucking 0 the whole time. Alright, now from each state you have, you should always have two options. Either you press a 1 or a 0. Now let's say you start right here, and you press a 0 for some fucking reason. So what happens now? You press the 0. That is not the sequence we want. That's why we will stay in this state basically where we didn't achieve anything. But how about you press a 1? If you press a 1, then great for you, you're on the right track. And we will go to another state. Why do we go to another state? Because basically we want a state where 1 is saved now. And we will call the state simply S1. We started with S0, here we are at state 1. And the output right here is going to be 0. Because we did start writing the 1. We did input this 1 right here. However, we're not finished with the sequence. Now, after you pressed the 1 right here, and you are in this sequence, what do? If you press a 0, then you fucking ruined it. We're going back to the beginning. Nothing's going to happen. We pressed a 0, and we're back to nothing. The sequence is broken. And if you press a 1, then great, you have another 1. We're getting closer, which is going to be in the next state, which we will call state 2 simply. Now we're not finished with the sequence because we need a 0 right here. So that's why the output right here is going to be a 0. Now that you are in state 2, let's say you press a 1. Now what will happen if you press a 1? Basically what we inputted so far is 1, 1, 1. That's what would be inputted. Now basically we are only still missing a 0, because if you write a 0 right here, the sequence would be completed and boom, you would win. So if you press a 1, nothing would change for us. Basically we would stay right here because we already inputted a 1, and now that we press a 1, basically it's the same as going 1 and then 1. Now if you finally press 0, you will go to the final state, the final boss, state 3. And let me write a 0 right here and get this out of the way. So you'll be in state 3, and here the sequence will be completed, and we will have the output 1. Now what will happen if you press a 1 right here? If you press a 1 in state 3, after the 0, we will start with another 1. So we could potentially go 1, 1, 0 again. That is why the 1 is going to lead to the state right here.